Onto the larger needle, I've cast on 40 stitches, and now with any double pointed needle, take 20 stitches back off. Now, we're going to slide these needles to the other end of the double pointed needles. It might take a little maneuvering if you don't have double pointed needles, because you've got to get the tail at this end of the needles. And then with another double pointed needle, any one will do, we're going to start with the needle furthest away from you and pick up one stitch from that needle. This will be a little awkward in the beginning, but once you get used to doing it, it's not so bad. One needle, one stitch from each needle, and then one from the other needle, and go back and forth like so until you get all the stitches back onto one needle. You can see what I'm doing okay. I just kind of put my finger in the middle and hang on so none of them slip off when they're not supposed to. When doing this knitting, you always slip as if you were going to purl. Always purlwise. Get my finger out of there now. Almost finished. Okay. Now, I want to get this onto the needle that we're going to be using to knit. So I'm going to push it to the other end. I've already got one on here, ready to start knitting. So we're going to push this to this end, and I'm going to slip these stitches onto this needle as well. If you don't have enough spring in your opening row, you'll know next time to use an even larger needle. And don't put your stitches on really tight. Now, something else we have to do before we go any further is turn it over, and you've got the two threads. At this point, you need to tie those together and knot them. If you don't get it just right, you can adjust it later, but it's important that you do it right now. And now we have our threads both at the same end, and we're ready to begin to make our socks. So I will show you. From now on, the rest of the sock you won't need to worry about having double-pointed needles. These aren't, and they will do just fine. Now for your first row, you're going to we're going to be doing ribbing here. So the first is a knit stitch, and then we're going to do a slip stitch purlwise, and then you're going to bring your wool back and do a purl stitch, and be sure as soon as you finish that purl stitch, bring the wool back again before you do the slip stitch, or you will join your sock together and it just won't work. So we've got a knit and a slip, bring the wool forward, do a purl stitch, bring the wool back, and do a slip stitch. Knit, slip, wool forward, purl, wool back, and slip. Knit, slip, wool forward and purl, wool back, and slip. Knit, slip, purl, wool back, and slip. Knit one, slip one purlwise, wool forward, purl, wool back, slip. Knit one, slip one, wool forward, purl, wool back. If you notice, you can see, if you look inside, you can see that which side you're working on. Forward, purl, back, slip, forward, purl, go back, and slip. If you look underneath and spread it open, you can see. Get used to looking at it and you'll know if you've made a mistake or not. And as you go along, you'll be able to reach in and tell if you've made a mistake. So that's one sock. Push it to the end, and then you start the other sock. And I advise you, don't set your work down until you go across both socks, or when you pick it up you won't remember which one you're working on maybe. So we're going to do one, slip one, roll forward, purl one, and slip one. You will do that right across the row. You will do that each row until your ribbing is at the length that you would like it to be. And continue on with that.